Hi guys, welcome to another Divi themed video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, a few videos ago we showed you how to download, install and create some pop-ups. I've got a pop-up on this page. All the ones that we downloaded from Elegant Themes though were pretty small, and we've had some questions about people asking how can we make them scrollable, and I'll show you how to do this in this video. If I just refresh this page, after a couple of seconds, you're going to see a little pop-up. There it is right there. As you can see, I made it scrollable here so they can get down to the bottom and click the button. Not too bad on the desktop, but you're definitely going to need this on tablet and mobile. If I hit my F12 key, I'm using Google Chrome here. Here we have it on an iPhone 12. There's quite a lot of scrolling involved if you've got a consent form or something like that. And on an iPad, be a similar thing. And we can scroll down just like that. Really easy to do. I'll show you exactly how. So let's get started. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to go ahead and edit with Divi. And here's my little consent form here. It's in a little row. I'm going to get rid of the row and we'll start from scratch. Okay, I'm going to add a row. Doesn't matter too much because we're going to put it in fixed position in a moment. So let's add a new row with the little green button. I'm going to use a single flex column. Inside mine, I'm going to use a simple call to action module. We'll keep this very simple today. Now, if that was all I was popping up, it'd be absolutely fine without scrolling. But I'm going to add a lot more content to it. So we'll need to make it scroll on all devices. Let's just paste that in there. Let's give it a title. Whatever you want to do with yours, obviously. I'm going to give it a little bit of space. And let's just pop it on the left-hand side. That's my body text right there. Okay, so this is what we want to pop up. Now, looking at it, it's going behind some of our other modules here. You can't really see it very well. Let's just give it a different background color so you can see it a little bit better. Background's always under content. There it is right there. Just make it a black. And just so it sticks out, I'm going to give it a bit of box shadow. Now it's black. Let's give it a little border, perhaps like the one above. Really easy to do. Design. Close up our body text there. Here's the border. All round. Let's give it perhaps 2 pixels. Make it white in color. I'll make it stand out a bit more, and we can add a bit of box shadow once it pops up. Make it look more like a pop-up. Going to make that spread about 50, obviously adjust to taste. And let's make that color a bit more pronounced by dragging the opacity slider up as far as we can. Yeah, that's going to look more like a pop-up when it pops up. But we still got the problem of it's got the other content overlapping. We do not want that. So we need to adjust what they call the Z index. If we go over to advanced, I'm actually going to go back in the row to do this because I'm going to pop up the whole row that it's sitting in. If we go over to our advanced, down to position, roll down a little bit, you'll find Z index there. Now Z index dictates what modules stack on top of other modules. Higher numbers will always stack on top of lower. So if I chuck a couple of 9s in there and just hit return, it should jump on top. Perfect. And that's a bit better. Now, we've cut off the bottom half, so we're going to need to make that scrollable. This is the actual size that's going to pop up though, which is fine. Because we've used viewable height here, it's going to be 80% of the viewable height on any device. Now, as we're going to pop this up, we need to have something to close it with. So let's add a little icon. I'm going to hit the little dark button here to add a new module within our row. All right, add an icon. Let's look for a close icon. That one's going to do fine. It's actually down here. And again, we want to make sure that the Z index lifts it above everything else. So we gave our last one 99. So let's make this one 100. Over in advanced again, we're in the icon, position, Z index, 100. Should pop on top of those modules below. I know it's blue on blue. So it's kind of hard to see there, but I'm going to move it up here in a moment. You'll see it. So while we're in the icon, let's go to design. Here's the icon. I'm going to make it white in color. You should see it a bit better down there. That's better. I'm going to make it a lot smaller. It's not quite a full white. There we go. I'm going to make it about 30 pixels. Just put in the 30. It's got PX selected on the end there. Now I want it up on our left corner here. To do that, I'm going to go over to advanced, down to position again where we put in the Z index. I'm going to change it from default to absolute. That means we can place it anywhere within the parent module being the row. And as you may have noticed, it's up on the left-hand side there. We've got our little grid here. Put it in the middle, put it on the right, wherever you want to put yours. I'm going to have mine on the right, but I want it down a little bit and in just a little bit. So let's give it 10 pixels here and 10 pixels here on the horizontal offset as well. That's just about where I want it. Okay, now we need to tell it to hide this row once they click on it. To make things easier, I'm going to go into the row. I'm going to give our row an admin label, and you will see why in a moment. So to give it an admin label, we need to go to the content. Right at the bottom, you'll see admin label. Let's call it perhaps pop row, whatever you want to call yours. Just so we can identify it in a moment. And like I say, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now let's go back into our little icon module up here and add an interaction. This is brand new to Divi 5. If we go over to advanced, you're going to find an interactions tab. Now, looks like I'm in the call to action there. That's not going to work. I need to be in the little icon itself. There we go. I managed to click on it. If you have trouble getting to it, as it's just underneath where our call to action entry is right there, you can always go to wireframe mode. And this breaks it down here. Here's our call to action. There's our icon. Here's our pop row. And there's the admin label. So once you're in the icon, we can switch back. Like I say, go over to advanced. We'll add an interaction. Click on add interaction. What do we want it to do? Well, when I click on it, selected click, I actually want to hide our row there. So I'm going to say hide element. Which element? And here's where the admin label comes in really handy. Because if I hit the target module here, it gives us the whole page. And there's a lot of rows on there. So we gave ours an admin label. There it is, pop now. It just makes it so much easier to identify when you're doing this sort of thing. So I'm going to select pop row. I want it to happen as soon as they click on it. Fantastic. So I want this thing to pop up when the page actually loads. So I'm going to click on this, perhaps this top section right here. Just click anywhere on it. I'm going to add in an interaction to the section. Now here's the one I did earlier, still in there. Let's get rid of that. I'm in our top section here. I'm going to add an interaction. This time I'm going to select load. So basically when this section loads or the page loads, what do we want to do? We want to show a section, show element. Which one? Our row here, pop row. So again, we can go in there. There, we've got our nice admin label again. Fantastic. But I don't want it to show for perhaps 3 seconds or 2 seconds. So I'm going to say 3000 milliseconds. Obviously, adjust to taste. Now, to add the scroll to this section, we gave it a fixed height. And it's really important you give it a fixed height. Remember, we gave it a fixed height over in design. We're in the row now. And sizing. We made it 80 viewable height. To make sure that it's going to be able to scroll, we need to go over to the advanced now. To visibility, and we've got horizontal vertical overflow. Vertical overflow, I'm going to switch to scroll right here. We've got a little scroll bar. Not quite sure why it shrank up like that. Oh, it's just the little back end thing. That's fine. But we don't want to see the thing at all initially. So we need to hide it on all devices, and we can do that right here in visibility. So we can hide it on desktop and it'll grey it out. We'll hide it on tablet and we'll hide it on phone. Now we've enabled the scroll, we should be able to scroll it. But before I do that, I need to actually put it in fixed position where we want it to be. So still in the row, going to go down to position just below. This time I'm going to use fixed position, and that'll make it stay wherever we put it on the page. At the moment it's selected top left. I'm going to put it either right in the middle or top middle, however you want to do it. You can add a bit of margin on the top if you want to push it down. Let's put it right in the middle there. See how that works for us. Should be fine. Now, if we've done everything correctly, this should work. Let's close out the preview that we've got. And we'll say draft. We'll preview our new little pop-up here. Page is loaded. A couple of seconds later, that pop-up's popped up. We've got our little scroll bar so they can scroll down, read all of that. I didn't put the button in there, but they can scroll down, read all of that. Let's just make sure it's going to work on tablet and mobile too. So if I hit my F12 key, like I said, I'm using Google Chrome with the great inspector tools there. That's absolutely fine. We can scroll it on iPad and on an iPhone. No, this is not sponsored by Apple. That's just what they've got up there. We can scroll it all the way down. Perfect. So there is how to create a pop-up that you can scroll on all devices there if you've got a lot of content. Really easy to do, as you can see, but essential if you've got more than a few lines of text. And like I say, we've had a few questions about that. So hopefully that should take care of that for us. And of course, let's make sure this is going to close it. When I click on this, it should close it out. Perfect. So I hope that's answered that question. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget, if you have any questions either about Divi 4 or Divi 5, we've been using the fantastic Divi 5 theme here today, pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them if I can, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.